contest surfing has just evolved way beyond, to a level way beyond what I thought it could ever be. The young guys are way more athletic. The maneuvers that they're pulling off, they have this incredible variety of maneuvers, all the aerial maneuvers and interpretations of great surfing, and everyone has a different style. So it's made it much more exciting, I think. And what's interesting too is that the young guys can make even a mediocre wave into something absolutely brilliant. You don't need great surf to make a great ride. Even in onshore choppy conditions, guys can just do incredible things. So their level of athleticism, I think, is a lot higher. But I still think the key fundamentals are the same: speed, power, rhythm, aggression, style, flow. I mean, those are still the basic building blocks of surfing, but there's just so much embroidery and detail around that now. It's fantastic to see. My father was such a big part of all the Gunston 500 victories. I mean, he was right there with me. And the first time I won it was way back in 1973. I was doing my national service. I was in the Army. I was the youngest, I think I was the youngest competitor in the entire event. And I remember standing up on the victory dais, and I knew it was a close final. I knew I had a chance. And it was my first chance at winning a major international event. And my father loved, even though he was no longer running the contest, he loved to maintain an involvement. And he was a spotter, so he would call the colors, and he'd stand behind the judges. And I knew that he could see the scores, and I knew that he knew how I'd done. And he was standing up in the Gunston Tower about 3 or 4 stories up, and I'm standing down there, and it's like my big chance, And I look up at him just before they've announced the results, like, like, Dad, how have I done? And he goes, thumbs down. I go, oh no, it's like I've lost. And then they start announcing the results, 6th, 5th, 4th, and they come to 3rd, and they haven't announced my name yet. And I go, wow, I'm in there with a chance. And I start walking forward for 2nd place. And they announce, in 1st place, Shaun Tomson. And I go, yeah! And I look up at my dad, and he's busting up, laughing. And it was a great moment for me in that, okay, there's my first victory. And my dad's playing a practical joke on me, but there's a lesson there for me that, hey man, winning's important, but it's not that important, and you keep it in perspective and you laugh about it. And that I think was the most sort of touching and memorable win of my life.